G'day guys and welcome to Explain. My name is Lindemann and this is my Coronado Cessna 210T Centurion. And just right now I'm coming in over Geneva. Not sure if you've seen my recent videos, but I have been flying around Europe and bought this plane in Spain, flew it up through France to the UK, then across to the Netherlands, Germany, back and forth to Belgium, and just recently I actually decided that it's probably going to be a good idea to get this aircraft to where the rest of Strategic Airlines is, which is my flight simulator economy group, my airline, a bunch of guys that I fly with from OCB. So this plane is in Europe, and that's a little bit out of the way from where all of the assets, the operating bases and the other airplanes are for Strategic Airlines. So I've decided to do a bit of a grand tour. I'm going to ferry this plane all by myself from Germany to Australia, which is quite a long trip. It's about 6,500 miles, which is not too bad for a jumbo jet, but for a single engine prop like this, it's probably going to take me a month or so. Not sure how consistent I'll be with the flying, but what I'm basically going to do is go from here and pick up what jobs I can, the charter flights, and from Switzerland I'll go probably south to Slovenia, then across to I don't know, to the Baltics, like Albania, what's it called, Yugoslavia or whatever it used to be, and then across to the Middle East. I'll probably try and pick some lowlands, so off and across to Turkey, Australia, trying to avoid the Himalayas, etc. And then down through Southeast Asia, probably stop by Singapore or somewhere around there where I was last year, and make my way. I'm not sure how far I can get across water between different hops, and it really depends on the jobs that I pick up as well. A lot of the jobs are determined by players who have operating bases, and those are the best paying jobs where they set up hubs and routes that are fairly reliable. And what I've noticed is that those routes that players set up tend to go back and forth, and if you want to go off in another direction, it's not really possible. So I found it quite hard going across the English Channel, because most of the jobs in France only went to other places in France, and most jobs in the UK just went to other places in the UK. So it's fairly difficult to get a job, a good string of jobs to get you where you need to go, and quite often you need to either ferry your plane to the next airfield without taking a job, or take quite a low-paying job to get you there. But that's alright. You'll note that I am playing Flight Simulator Economy again, and that's because the issue of the staff member who stole our money is pretty much resolved. Flight Simulator Economy were pretty crappy about it. They didn't get involved with the money that was stolen, so I'm still taking issue on that, and I'm not sure exactly what I'll do, but I might make some sort of complaint. But the person who purchased the operating bases was very good about it. So they were stolen from us and sold on, and the person who purchased them, I think, pretty much gave them back. So he was screwed out of quite a bit of money, I think. And James E700 is the player that screwed us over, and so I'm still wondering what will happen to this guy, whether he's going to get banned, hopefully, or we'll see what we can do. But yeah, he pretty much just transferred all the assets and all the money into his own account, and then left the group. So not cool. So this is Geneva Lake that I'm over right now, which is looking quite nice in 64-bit. X-Plane 10. You can see there is extreme numbers of trees and objects. I'm also running in extreme textures, and hopefully pretty soon we'll get some upgrades to the graphics engine, so we'll have tessellation, which will be really nice, bump mapping and shadows and stuff like that onto the terrain. So you can see the cities are really alive right now, which is pretty cool. Also, with the new release of X-Plane 10, we're starting to get airport terminals coming in as well. So you will see up ahead we've actually got Geneva Airport. I think it's Geneva Airport, and it's got terminals and everything around it. And I'm just using default scenery, default airports. Not a default plane. This is a payware plane, but well worth it. And it's 64-bit compatible. That's the gear and the flaps. So it's got very nice plug-in for the sound. Coronado have actually been re-releasing their aircraft right now, so they are going through their back catalogue and upgrading the plugins and the lighting, the models to be 64-bit compatible and up to scratch with the X-Plane 10 technology. So that is really cool. If you do purchase them, you get an X-Plane 9 model and an X-Plane 10 model. And it's really good to see them working backwards through their catalogue. The one plane I'm waiting for though is the 208 Cessna Caravan, because Strategic Airlines owns one and I want to fly it, and it's it's still a single engine, but it takes about twice as many passengers, so that'd be quite good to fly. So I'm just coming in over into Geneva Airfield here, fairly standard approach, and I'll drop off some jobs here and pick up some more and head off south over the Swiss Alps. I do play in real time with the real weather, so the weather is representative of what it actually is. So sometimes that kind of interferes with flights, particularly if I'm playing in the afternoon and it turns out to be 3 AM in the morning where it is that I'm actually flying over, so it can be quite dark and stormy, etc. But as I get closer to home and as I get closer to transporting this plane over to Australia, that'll be less of an issue. And so just coming in now. There's one issue with X-Plane 10 which hopefully will be resolved as they improve their scenery. You can see there's power pylons all over the approach into this runway, and so I just carefully skip over the top and you'll see them there. So that's a bit of a problem. I'm not sure how that gets put in, but obviously there needs to be some adjustments made to the airfields so they're not death traps at night. So that's pretty much it. Yeah, like and subscribe if you want to see more Flight Simulator economy jobs flying all over the world in little tiny prop planes. Okay, thanks for watching.